Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Adobe Acrobat Studio, so brand new. Show me all the things PDFs can do. Do your work with ease and speed. PDF Spaces is all you need. Do hours of research in an instant with key insights from an AI assistant. Pick a template with a click. Now your prezzo looks super slick. Close that deal? Yeah, you won. Do that, doing that, did that, done. Now you can do that with Acrobat. Now you can do that with the all-new Acrobat. It's time to do your best work with the all-new Adobe Acrobat Studio.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And tonight on the Rita Cosby Show, well, the Trump administration right now is pursuing a third oil tanker near Venezuela. It is called the Bella One. And they say it is operating on the black market. They actually have a judicial procedure where they're able to seize it. And they are apparently narrowing in on this now third oil tanker that has black market oil that was headed for Iran. So there's a lot of characters here. This is not operating on a flag. So it's not a legal vessel, if you will. And the Venezuelans know it, but they keep continuing to test President Trump. And also, meantime, President Trump, a little bit ago from Mar-a-Lago, where he is for the next few days, came out and said that the leader of Venezuela, Maduro, well, his days may be numbered. Listen to this.
Your threat seriously. And
he can do whatever he wants.
What's your end game?
Maduro?
What's your end game?
There's no answer. He can do whatever he wants. I mean, we have a massive armada formed, the biggest we've ever had, and by far the biggest we've ever had in South America. He could do whatever he wants. It's all right. Whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do something, if he plays tough, it'll be the last time he's ever able to play tough. But they sent their prisoners into us. They sent people from jails, and prisons. They sent people from mental institutions and insane asylums into.
Typical Trump. If he gets out of hand, if he wants to act tough, it's the last time Maduro will be able to act tough. I'd say that's a pretty clear message from the guy who went in, especially into Iran, and took out the nuclear facilities. And here's Victoria Coates. We talked with her earlier today on Katz and Cosby, and she says these U.S. actions are legal and appropriate. Take a listen.
Oh, absolutely, Rita. My bet's on the Coast Guard. They are going to be after the Bella until they can actually interdict it. And bear in mind, this is entirely legal. All the Democrats who say that we're being too mean to the drug cartels, we're being too mean to the Maduro administration or regime, rather, in Caracas are wrong. These ships are the shadow fleet. They are operating illegally. They are not properly flagged. They're not properly insured. They could cause an environmental disaster. This is entirely within our rights to capture these ships.
And in the last little bit, Southcom has put out that another small boat, these are those smaller boats that we've seen the videotapes of, has been taken out, killing a narco-terrorist or two on that. So they've had quite a few of them taken out that way. And now they are also going after these massive oil tankers. And listen to this, because over the weekend and in the last 24 hours, a lot of Democrats have said that is so not nice to do to those sweet drug dealers. Listen to Senator Chuck Schumer and how he feels about taking out narco-terrorists on the high seas.
Joining me today, and we had a deeply unsatisfying briefing this morning with Secretaries Rubio and Hegseth. It asked more questions than it answered, and it was just, look, there is almost no transparency in this administration, and that reveals itself more than anything on revealing what happened on September 2nd. This morning I demanded in front of every senator to Hegseth's face that he let every senator see the unedited video of what happened on September 2nd. I've seen it. It turns your stomach. It is awful, and people should see it. What the hell is Hegseth hiding? His excuse about classification, it's false, because any senator would see it in the skiff. Now, I believe with the proper safeguards, all the American people should see it. And why is this so important? It's important in itself to see if we were obeying the law. We're a law-abiding country. But it's also important because what's going on in the Caribbean is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it before, and it could lead to another endless war. Disclosure, hearings, which our Republican Senate friends have refused to call, serve a purpose. They force the administration and public to answer very serious questions about where they're going. And so far, we've had no transparency. September 2nd is a first step, but we need a lot of transparency. So when the truth is on your side, you don't hide the evidence.
That's an incredible statement. He's saying it makes you turn your stomach, that they're taking out narco-terrorists? Even the others who came out the other day said, yeah, these are bad people, but I don't agree how this happened. That was a comment from one of the other Democrats. So if they're bad people and they're narco-terrorists, maybe it's not so bad that they're being taken out, Chuck Schumer. And here's Congresswoman Maxine Waters, because she goes even further, calling the President of the United States a cold-blooded killer. Listen to this.
The President of the United States is a killer. I am outraged at the way that on his own, without any consultation, he doesn't know whom they are, whether they're innocent or whether they're guilty. He should follow the laws. The laws does not allow or intend for the President of the United States to just kill anybody that he wants to kill.
But if it's someone who's a narco-terrorist, I don't think it's a problem, Maxine Waters. And it sure wasn't a problem for her when Obama was taking out bad folks. Sure wasn't a problem when Biden took out bad folks. So maybe she's looking a little bit like a hypocrite tonight. 1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. Let's go to Sandra in New Jersey. Go ahead, Sandra, on line one. Your thoughts.
Oh, good evening, Rita. I was thinking about this custodian. He did such a very, very noble job.
And this is in the Brown University case, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. You know what I'm thinking? If they don't give him the $50,000 that he so very well deserves because he kept repeatedly saying what he saw, appearing in the rooms and casing the area, blah, blah. Look, if he doesn't get it, he should get it. I'll tell you why, because it's going to motivate other custodians down the line to be more alert, to keep their eyes open, because this building was an old building, easy access, limited cameras. My point is, give this man what he deserves because he earned it, and it's going to motivate other custodians. And I never really thought that was such an important job, but now I realize it is, because they see stuff that we don't see, and for them to be motivated to report it like this man did, I think it just encourages others to do the same. That was what I was thinking.
You know what I think, Sandra? I think you're right, and I think they should promote him to head of security.
Yes,
and
yes.
The other issue is the homeless guy too, because he was extremely helpful to IDing the vehicle and saying, okay, it was, Florida plates or X plates. And I could see it was a gray this and that. And so the two of them, I actually think we need to do one better. I think they need to really honor these two folks. And obviously both of them, the homeless guy obviously has, you would assume, very little money, although sometimes homeless people have it saved up and who knows what. And obviously doesn't have a roof over his head. And the custodian, I don't know what his situation is, but I don't know too many wealthy custodians. I think both of them should have like a home donated or something to them. that they can live in, because for what they did, they both need to be honored. And just like you said, to inspire other people around the country to absolutely speak out and speak up.
Right.
And both of them, definitely did that. And, obviously, as much as when the killer was even on the run, we're still doing it. So I think you're right. We need to celebrate these two people and herald them in a big way, because they did what law enforcement and the president of Brown University clearly did not, Sandra. And I love what I want to play it again, too. I want to play the custodian, because this is sort of a new character. We heard the custodian. Remember when the news broke, we heard a mention of it, and then it kind of went back to the homeless guy. But here's what he's saying. His name is Derek Lisi, and here's a couple of his comments. Take a listen.
And I had said to the ESS staff member, I said, hey, this guy looks suspicious. I said, he just went in the bathroom. I said, you should go check him out. He's like, I'm not here for that. And I said, okay, nothing happened, but I know that walk. I know that limp. But I did tell him he was wearing thick glasses, clear, thick glasses. I just feel for the families more than anything, because that shit's just awful. But, the students and I'm always watching out for them, always.
How beautiful, Sandra, that a custodian feels that like attached. I'm always looking out for the families. I'm always keeping an eye.
Yeah.
He clearly was attentive and not just kind of, cleaning up and moving on. He really did try to do something.
That was beautiful. And I think he deserves, like I said, to get the reward. And like I said, this is going to inspire other custodians all over, like you said, all over the country to realize their job is more important than just cleaning up and tidying up, keeping an eye out for the safety of all the people in the schools. Yep. I
agree. All I can say is Brown University, President Malo, and the custodian, muy bueno. The custodian is terrific and he gets an A+. The president, somewhere between an E or an F-. 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. Let's go to Robert in Brooklyn on line 2. Go ahead, Robert.
Hi, Rita. Thanks for taking my call. The first thing I just wanted to mention was, in that Australia situation, the horrific attack in Australia, there were a lot of heroes like Jessica Rosen, who was a five-month pregnant woman, used her body to shield a child, not even her own. Chaya, a 14-year-old girl, used her body to shield a couple of kids who were even younger than her. 27-year-old dad, El Qayyum, used his body to shield a young child. And the Holocaust survivor used his body to shield his wife. A lot of heroes that I just need to acknowledge in Australia.
I'm glad you did. And by the way, before we move on, Robert, you may have heard this, and I'm so glad you're honoring them because it's such an important story. And the other thing I wanted to bring up is that those terrorists at Bondi Beach, it came out, had 4 bombs that they had apparently thrown before the attack. None of them detonated, thank goodness, but the plan was originally to throw bombs. They had 3 pipe bombs and another bomb that was in the shape of a tennis ball that had nails and other things in it. And they were expecting that they would detonate and then they would open fire. Luckily, none of those things happened and they just opened fire, which is horrific. But it could have even been much worse, which is really scary to think. And I'm glad also, Robert, what's your reaction this weekend? The Australian Prime Minister was booed. I think that's appropriate. He certainly should be booed because he's done a lousy job. And I'm not sure he still gets it after all the horrors that happened in this country. What do you think about that, Robert?
Well, Prime Minister Netanyahu warned him months ago. He sent a letter to him. And I just want to point out, Charlie Kirk, on September 9th, that was right before he was assassinated, he tweeted out, quote, Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America, unquote. And Tulsi Gabbard spoke at AmFest. And she talked about, the danger of Islam and how you have, even in Europe, you have this canceling Christian marketplaces and different events are being kept. In the United Kingdom, they censor freedom of speech. I mean, on the one hand, you could have a guy like Mamdani say the worst things about, that making Israel has to be Jew-free, but somehow if a councilwoman Palladino is going to say, well, we need to deport people, she has to pull down her tweet. So the First Amendment, it works for some people, but not for others, Now, in the case of Brown University, and one other thing, the StopAntisemitism.org, the anti-Semite of the year is Tucker Carlson. And before that, it was Candace Owens. So the left has a big problem with the anti-Semitism, but some on the right also do. And you had Ben Shapiro call out some of these people. And unfortunately, I'm very disappointed in Vice President Vance because he's sort of saying, well, it has to be a forum for everybody. Even if you say that TPS USA, the AmFest should be for everyone, that doesn't mean you don't condemn, Tucker. I'm really disappointed in Tucker. And if he's going to turn into a terrible anti-Semite, he should at least be condemned if you let him speak. Now, in terms of Brown University, there's very good call you had like about 45 minutes ago, Mustafa. Now, I'm not saying that Mustafa did it, but a lot of things he did, there's very questionable some of his postings he made, because there was a settlement that Brown University made with the Department of Justice about anti-Semitism, and they're scrubbing him off of that. Now, what that is about, I don't know. I know at one point, one of the people, I guess maybe it was one of the law enforcement people or the assistant district attorney or something in Rhode Island, got very defensive when they mentioned Mustafa.
Yeah,
so
and by the way, I remember that too. It was interesting. They were very defensive, and I do remember these reports of him getting like scrubbed off the site. Suddenly no trace of him. I mean, it was a weird thing. And there's still so many weird details about this case. There was also a report last week from John DePietro, and I remember we played it on the air, where he said he was told that this guy had offshore accounts. I'm talking about the suspect who so-called killed himself, apparently had offshore accounts. That's interesting. You go through all that planning, and then you're roaming around, a custodian sees you. There's something that doesn't add up. Robert, great points. Very, very good points. 1-800-848-9222. We'll continue after the break.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy, Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. All right.
Meet the computer you can talk to. With Copilot on Windows, working, creating, and collaborating is as easy as talking. Got writer's block? Share your screen with Copilot Vision to help spark inspiration, and use Copilot Voice to have a conversation and brainstorm ideas. Or maybe you need some tech help. With Copilot Vision, Copilot sees what you see. Let Copilot talk you through step-by-step guidance so you can master new apps, games, and skills faster. Try now at windows.com/Copilot.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. So Netflix is basically Santa this year. 2 NFL games on Christmas Day, streaming live. At 1 p.m. Eastern, it's Cowboys, Commanders. Then at 4:30, you've got Lions, Vikings. Midwest football, playoff stakes, and probably some snow. Watching holiday football is a tradition the whole family can enjoy. Open some gifts, grab some food, settle in, and watch NFL Live on Netflix this Christmas Day.
Say hello to the all-new Alexa Plus and see how Alexa can do so much more for you. Need tickets to see your favorite artist? Craving your comfort restaurant? Just sit back, relax, and talk naturally. Alexa's on it. It learns your style, anticipates what's next, and makes it happen across Echo, Fire TV, and more. Learn more at Amazon.com/new Alexa.
This is the Rita Cosby Show.
Is there more to the story in the Brown University murder? We talked about this guy, Mustafa, whose information was there and then it was scrubbed. But also, obviously, this guy, the one that they found dead in the locker, all the details point to him. I mean, I believe that he's the guy responsible. The other stuff is odd. It certainly is an odd issue and all these things. Like, I don't trust anything that Brown University's doing. They have been such a disaster. They've been such a mess. And they can't seem to even figure out. Now we're finding out this custodian complained and that he actually saw the crazy guy on campus about a dozen times in the weeks leading up to it and complained. Boy, did Brown drop the ball.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
A message from McAfee.
I'd say howdy, but I'm not a real cowboy.
And I'm not a real alien.
We're deep fakes, and because of fakes like us,
it's hard to tell what's real.
Unless you have McAfee. McAfee's scam detector automatically identifies text and email scams.
And even deep fakes.
And it works everywhere, even out on the range.
Yeehaw! But you're not even a real cowboy.
If they're faking it, they're not making it past us. Get award-winning scam detection today. McAfee.com/keepitreal.
The Lincoln Wishlist sales event is happening now. Here's what's on everyone's wish list. Enjoying holiday jingles with brilliant 3D audio that surrounds you? Check. Watching snow flurries through the panoramic vista roof? Check. Packing up presents with the spacious Lincoln Splitgate? Check. Everything you want. All standard on the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV. Visit your local Lincoln retailer or learn more at Lincoln.com for exceptional offers on 2025 Lincoln vehicles today.
Looking for the perfect gift? Blink has you covered. With a Blink security camera, you're giving the gift of peace of mind.
A camera? Isn't that hard for them to set up?
It's simple to install anywhere, and they'll always know what's happening at home.
Okay, that's actually perfect.
Perfect indeed. Give the gift of smart security with Blink so they can check in on home from anywhere this holiday season. Shop now at Amazon.com/Blink.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana.
Rita Cosby is on. Breaking news.
And tonight, it looks like at least a little bit of accountability coming in from Brown University. This just in, as we've been talking about the case, that they have placed their campus police chief on administrative leave effective immediately in light of the deadly shooting where 2 students were killed and many others injured. Putting this guy, Rodney Chapman, who is the Ivy League's vice president for public safety and emergency management, he has been criticized for obviously the lack of security, which I would give a good F, but he's probably not the only one. There's a lot of them. But he has been put on administrative leave. So maybe some accountability is finally coming, guys. What do you think about that? What else needs to be done? That university president needs to be hauled before Congress. I think there needs to be a lot of questions because guess what? She's probably not the only inept university president that I believe has left kids in danger with that lack of cameras, lack of accountability, lack of awareness. And now you got a custodian who was complaining. You got a homeless guy living under the school. And as we were talking about, a lot of other questions tonight. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there, guys. Wow. Also, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Robert from Philly. We love Robert from Philly. And I got a message that Robert had some sort of slip and fall and has broken his ankle. So we want to wish a lot of speedy recovery and best wishes to him. I hope he's healing okay. And we love Robert from Philly, who has been a regular caller on this show from the very beginning. He's such a wonderful, great guy. And Robert, I hope you're listening, and hopefully your friends are listening. We hope that you feel better soon. And we're so sorry to hear that you had some sort of slip and fall and broke your ankle, and pray that it's healing and you can still have a good holiday season. And we can't wait to hear from you soon on the show. We're thinking of you. 1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. Let's go to Pete in Lakewood, New Jersey. Pete, your thoughts tonight?
Yeah, my shame on my Chuck Schumer reminded me about something. Biden declassified those as a narco-terrorist country. So what's wrong with Chuck Schumer? He didn't know that?
Well, it seems like Chuck Schumer doesn't know a lot of stuff, and Chuck Schumer just doesn't like, it seems like, any attack, any hit whatsoever that was coming against these narco-terrorists, these nice, sweet people, Pete, as they basically describe them. What kind of planet are these people on that they are defending narco-terrorists? You heard Chuck Schumer saying that. And the old Joe Biden, by the way, as you point out, was very tough against narco-terrorists. And then he got in the White House and clearly was MIA, mentally while he was there. Somebody else was running it. And it was come one, come all to America. And now President Trump, a new sheriff in town, getting tough. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Let's go to Jerry in New Jersey. Line 2. Go ahead, Jerry. Your thoughts tonight.
I think that Trump and Pete Hegseth should just say, we're not going to discuss this cartel thing anymore. We're going to say a couple sayings and that's it. And
you think too much detail?
Yeah. Yes. And I think a good saying would be something like, cartel boats boom, kids' futures zoom. And that's all we got to say to you people. And that's it.
By the way, I like that. Cartel boats boom, kids' future zoom.
Yep. So it'll be cartel boats boom,
yep.
Kids' futures zoom.
I agree. And
that's all you got to say. That's all you got to say. And say, we're not talking about it anymore. Now, if you want to take the other side of that, then you do so. But it's up to you. Do you want the death of our kids, or do you want the death penalty for the drug people? Who's going to get the death penalty? We're giving the death penalty to drug dealers. You want to give the death penalty to our kids? Then that's what the election's about. You know
what's interesting, Jerry? I think also what you just said was so powerful and so eloquent, and I also think they cannot take it for granted that the American public sort of understands. I mean, they obviously understand that it's lunacy, but they should be calling it out left and right and saying, are you seriously defending a narco-terrorist? I mean, is that how desperate you are? I mean, it really is shocking, and it really is utter desperation. There's no doubt about it. I mean, to me, it really is like lunacy land that they would go to that degree. And I think it needs to be blatantly called out that they are willing to defend narco-terrorists. They were willing to shut down the government. They're willing to do a lot of things just for whatever crazy political expediency. And you're right. The only reason, though, I think that part of the reason that the Trump administration is advertising what they're doing, not just necessarily, I mean, they obviously want the American public to know what they're doing and to show that they are making progress on the war on drugs on a lot of fronts and not afraid to take the fight to the cartels. But I also think they're trying to clearly send a message to the cartels. There's no doubt. I mean, I think that that's a lot of what's behind this, is that I think they want the cartels. I think they would love to. They're just trying to really, squeeze, no doubt, Maduro of Venezuela. And they want to do it any which way that they can, Jerry, any way they can. So they're putting that out. They're actually telegraphing it loud and clear. Okay, we're going after another oil tanker. We're going after this one. We're going after that one. And that's why I think they're really doing this big thrust. But I love your comments, Jerry. You are so spot on. That's a good one. Let's go to Mimi on line 1. Go ahead, Mimi, your thoughts tonight.
Did you hear about the Minneapolis home invasion of 3 UPS false UPS employees. One of them knocked on the door. Did you hear about it?
I did a little bit. So refresh. It was somebody who dressed up, right? As he scary.
And they had the truck. How did they get the truck? I don't know. And then one knocked on the door. They let him in, and three came. Two others came in. They raped the mother. They undressed her. They killed her. They killed the father first. And the kids are running around, just for a robbery to kill, to upset a whole family. I don't know about the kids, what's going to happen. 2 years old. And what is it, 4 or 5 years old?
Really scary. This is really, really a really frightening story. When you hear about this, I mean, this is just, like you just said, it's like every person's nightmare. Somebody who dressed up in now, actually, I'm looking at some details here. There was a case recently of somebody who but you're talking about one that just happened recently, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
It's so scary. It's really scary.
It's on X. I put it on X myself, and then it said the content is going to be overbearing, so I took it off. But I left this story on there, and I was wondering what happened to the children. They're going to have nightmares.
Oh yeah.
And
you know what it is also, Mimi? It's a powerful reminder too of people have to be so careful because people could be dressing up as a certain thing to get in or dressed up. You hear sometimes, sadly, of people who dress up like police or dress up like a delivery person in this case.
Rita, I was thinking of Israel, what they did there. It's the same thing. And they kill the parents in front of the children. Then they kill the children. It's horrible what's happening to the United States. I mean, here. Just horrible.
It is. Mimi, it is so horrible. And it's such a reminder, too, of, stay safe, but also protect those that you love. Protect those that you love. And Mimi, we always love hearing from you. And I wish it was on much better circumstance. Thank you very much. It's such a horrible story. And we're going to pray for those kids this holiday. Thank you for saying that too, Mimi. It's such an important message. And it's an important message to remember those who've lost so much. Mimi, thank you very, very much. Let's go to Ernest in New York. Ernest, your thoughts tonight on line 2.
Good evening. I was wondering how these politicians, these Democrats, are appeasing these narco-terrorists as they're supporting them. I was wondering, unbeknownst to us, that maybe they're getting financially rewarded to look the other way, that they're complicit in this drug dealing endeavors. That that's the only reason why I can see why that you would be upholding or supporting or
yeah, why would you be advocating for them? Right. By the way, Ernest, you bring up a good point because it just seems like utter lunacy. And how could anybody be advocating for them? I haven't seen any proof that they've financially gained, but they seem to, they were wide open border people and let a lot of the narco-terrorists come in. I don't think it was necessarily for narco-terrorist reasons. It was more for, I think, voting reasons and come one, come all. But maybe they just don't want to shine a light on anything that would ruin wide open border policies. But to me, it's shocking that you'd go to the degree of supporting narco-terrorists or at least not condemning, what their actions and the attack on a boat. I'm sorry. If it's an Al-Qaeda member on the boat, are you going to have a problem with that? No. If it's an ISIS-K guy on the boat, are you going to have a problem with that? No. If somebody is leading a foreign terrorist organization that is taking 100,000 American lives every day, I would say it's a good hit. I'm with you, Ernest. Absolutely. There has to be more to the story, or maybe they're just that. I think a lot of it, though, bottom line, is it's Trump derangement syndrome. They just can't stand President Trump. Anything President Trump does, Trump bad, we're good. And I think that's a lot of what this is coming from, sadly. I mean, this is crazy times, 100%. Let's go to Larry in Tampa. Line 1. Go ahead, Larry. Your thoughts tonight.
Hi, Rita. I think that the Democrats who are supporting and standing with the narco-terrorist, their statements should be incorporated by reference to support the statements of the seditious six. And I think that Trump should investigate them under a RICO statute, or rather, Miss Bondi, Attorney General.
What about, should the first person being investigated be Mark Kelly?
Yes, sir. Yeah, ma'am. Yes, that's right. I agree.
I mean, that's
Because,
really shocking because he knows better. He absolutely knows better. And yet I haven't seen him do or say anything that has like condemned these right. I mean, yeah, all Americans should be rooting for narco-terrorist boats to be taken out. Don't you think, Larry?
Yes, I agree.
I mean, it's not a trick question. Narco-terrorists bad, taking them out good. I mean, it's almost as simple as that. And yet for some reason, these Democrats are acting like it's a trick question.
It's terrible.
It is.
Really something.
It is absolutely. Larry, thank you very much. Great questions. Thank you very much. Let's go to Mark in Manhattan. Go ahead, Mark. Your thoughts tonight.
Yes, it's Max from Manhattan, but that's fine.
Oh, sorry, Max. Go ahead, Max.
Listen, I find it very odd that the Dems are protesting these when we take out the Venezuelan boat drug carriers, but they're not complaining about the Somali pirates who blow up cargo boats with bazookas. In addition, the Somalis are getting money from our government, and no one's saying them anything about that.
Yeah, that's, by the way, it's an interesting point you're bringing up. And also, let's not forget, they didn't say anything when all that stuff was going down. Look, Biden took out a family. He took out that guy who had all the kids, and it was an aid worker with kids in Afghanistan. If you look at all the drone strikes and everything that Obama did during his time, I mean, he took out a lot of bad folks. I don't remember any of these people complaining then. And yet, for some reason, it doesn't seem like it's disputed, like that it's narco, like that's what's shocking. Like a lot of these Democrats have come out of these briefings and said, yes, they're bad people, but I mean, if they're bad people, where's the but, right?
You got it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you could have Osama bin Laden in front of us and they would say, oh, don't be mean to that nice old man. I mean, that's what I really think we're in truly alternate universe. And I think because Trump is the one doing it, they don't want to do anything that makes Trump look like a warrior, Trump protecting America. They want to make him as unsuccessful, diminish him as much as they can, because that's all that matters to them, as opposed to protecting the homeland. And that's the lunacy of it all, Mark. Max, that is the lunacy. Because, I don't care if it's a Democrat, Republican, whoever it is. If they're doing a good job, we got to all be in it together, right, Max?
Yes, and they're not even coming up with any ideas about how to minimize the drugs that are coming into the hood or the weapons that are coming into the hood each month. They're not offering anything. It's just Republican bad. They're not offering anything, any solution.
Yeah, you're right. They're not giving a single thing as an alternative. And that's why their whole focus is orange man bad. It's like the playbook that they had last go round all over again. Max, thank you very much. Great points. They got to come up with a better line of attack or have their own ideas as opposed to just going after Trump for every single thing, including after narco-terrorists. 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. But first, here is Support Our Heroes.
The Rita Cosby Show presents Support Our Heroes.
And this is the Tunnel to Towers Foundation Support Our Heroes segment with the powerful story from Missoula, Montana, where one Montana man answered the call to serve in World War II, Korea, and in Vietnam. And just a few days ago, the 101-year-old former pilot who took his first ever flight in Missoula was honored in a surprise celebration this past Veterans Day. And then soon after that, Montana National Guardsman Sergeant Carlos Monroy was connected with Richard Moore during a gathering at the village senior residence. Sergeant Monroy felt such a strong desire to get the ever humble Moore, a retired lieutenant colonel, the recognition that he deserved. The request was elevated and turned into a special event highlighting Moore's lifelong dedication and leadership. During the celebration, Moore shared a few stories from his time flying bombers during World War II in Europe. And after that, he smiled and he said, "I'm not really that religious, but boy, somebody was definitely looking over my shoulder." Moore credits his mother for inspiring his interest in flying. And he also notes that he always knew he would want to serve our great country. He said, "I always planned to go into service. Even when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a fighter pilot." And how beautiful to see him recognized in such a beautiful and powerful way. 101 years young. And everybody, help America to never, ever forget. Donate just $11 a month to the incredible Tunnel to Towers Foundation. That is the best way to make a huge difference this holiday season. This organization is the best. They're fantastic. They help America's heroes and also their families. And again, just $11 a month. Be sure to check out the great Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Retirement isn't just about closing out your career. It's living the life you've always dreamed of. With New York Life, you get the financial guidance to make it real. Start today at NYL.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
It's the Rita Cosby Show.
And let's go to Eddie in Babylon on line 1. Go ahead, Eddie.
I'd like to wish you a very Merry Polish-Danish Christmas. Rita, how are you, my cousin?
Hey, very nice, Eddie. We love that, Eddie. Nothing better than a great serenade. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
I hope are you doing something wonderful for Christmas, Eddie? I hope.
Well, you know, my brother-in-law used to work at Herald Square at Macy's, Allen, and he comes home with the Santa Claus suit that was used either in the window or in the parade. So it's an old-time European Santa Claus suit. So I play Santa Claus a lot for people. And it's a little hard with those 2 pillows, you know. I'm not 400 pounds, but...
No, you're not. You're not. You got to probably put a lot of pillows in there because you're in good shape, Eddie. So I feel like you got to really puff up. But you know what, Eddie? You have so much love. And I love the fact that you, the way that, you know, when I first ask you, what are you doing? The first thing you think about is bringing joy to other people, because that truly is what the holiday is all about, and giving back. Right, and you get it, my friend. So I just want to say we love you, and I hope you have a great, great Christmas. If we don't talk to you before then, Eddie, you always put a big smile on my face and everybody else listening to the Rita Cosby Show. Thank you, Eddie. And I know you're going to be a great Santa this year also as well. Everybody, we'll talk tomorrow night here on the Rita Cosby Show.
Thanks for listening to The Rita Cosby Show. You can hear The Rita Cosby Show weeknights at 10 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy, Michael Cotzi. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Cotzi, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida, too. Mike Cotzi, 561-441-2730. All right.